This episode of The Republic is brought to you by Audible. For a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook, just head on over to audible.com/gamebreaker.
Gamebreaker TV.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Republic, episode 172, the show that won't die, for February 13th, 2013. This week, BioWare is plotting a course for 2014, war looms on the horizon, and class reps return. All that and more, but first, from SWTOR, Mr. Larry Everett. How are you, sir?
I am doing awesome. Today's a good day.
That was better than last week. Wasn't last week? He was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Well, the thing is, I've gotten over. I was sick again, and then now I'm not, and I'm doing. My voice is still a little off, but I feel really good.
That's good. He feels really good.
And I got to play ESO like last weekend, which was fun for me.
Do you want to just talk about that for the entire? We can just talk about Elder Scrolls Online for an hour. No.
Boo. Boo. Elder Scrolls. No, we don't want to talk about that garbage.
Somebody doesn't like Elder Scrolls.
Nope, no interest in it whatsoever.
All right, Larry, we'll talk about it some other time offline.
All right.
All right, let's talk about some Star Wars: The Old Republic. So there's a roadmap. BioWare laid out a roadmap for the first half of 2014. Try and contain your excitement for March. No, actually, I was going to be sarcastic, but Double XP weekend, March 14th through 17th. And I can't even be sarcastic because I got to bring back. Well, we talked. I mean, you guys did some really crazy stuff last time they did a Double XP weekend.
Yeah, Double XP.
Yeah, let's go back through it again for people who may have missed that episode, because you guys did some really cool stuff. And now that it's coming back up again, we got to remind everybody what you do on the Double XP weekend.
We power leveled the hell out of our tunes.
That's right. It equaled to about 9 hours to get from like 15 to 50 per tune. So
yeah, it was like 18 hours total,
pretty cool.
and we leveled 3. Well, no, we leveled. It was 2 of yours, 1 of Lee's, and 2 of mine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What was the whole rundown, Larry? How do you guys actually did it? Because there was a system to your madness.
Yeah, there was. Basically, what we did is we got to level 15 the way you normally would, and got our ship, and then from that point on, we just did the planetary quests, and that's all. We skipped the story quest altogether, and we hit level 50 really, really quickly.
With a level 55 power leveling through all the planet quests.
Yeah.
To finish everything as fast as
on
possible.
top of that, I might have been running running two accounts at the same time.
And what do you guys plan on for this? So what do you plan? Are you planning on another power grind for the Double XP weekend? Or are you all? Am. Oh, you are. I thought you might be all leveled up.
I am. No, I still have to do a knight, a consular, and a trooper to be completely done with everything. So I will be doing it again. Although I don't know if we're going to do the same thing we did last time. I've got a group of people that kind of want to jump in on this, and we're thinking that it might be faster with Double XP. We're at least going to try it out by buying all the flashpoint boosts and just powering through Kuwait drive yards.
I've got an idea. Why don't
over and over until my eyes bleed.
Why don't you guys just totally do a Game Breaker 72-hour stream of just energy drinks and snacks and just go nonstop, just entire weekend.
That would be really the energy drinks for coffee.
Yeah, sure. You could swap it for whatever you want. Just 72-hour grind.
If we could make it entertaining.
Oh,
if
by
we can
hour,
make it entertaining.
Yeah, I think by hour 50,
we're gonna try to do.
By hour 50, it would be entertaining. That's the point.
Larry, it'll be entertaining. Just put on that low-cut shirt.
Slave Leia.
Oh yeah.
Slave Leia.
So it looks like what, April 8th which I believe is like completely locked in and not subject to change. We've got the 2.7 update. Is that correct?
Right.
Yep.
Do you,
Coming
Yes.
soon.
do you think that you think it's gonna hold? Do you think the date's gonna hold?
I think if they don't want to disappoint people,
Well, I
and have
hope
them
so.
getting
I
all
mean,
in an
honestly,
uproar.
yeah. Well, let's. I mean, to be honest, this is later, as far as the time is concerned, than their previous. Let's use the word cadence that they had before. It was 6 to 8 weeks. April 8th is 9 weeks. So, yeah, they best stick to that. It better come out then. Otherwise, there's going to be some upset fans.
Which I gotta say,
And me.
this
And probably Laura.
this update actually sounds really cool. A new flashpoint on Tython and Korriban, and from what it sounds like, it's the Republic on Korriban and the
Yes.
Sith on Tython, right? Which sounds much more exciting.
Yes, that's my understanding of it as well, because they said that they're going to it's going to be direct conflict between the Republic and the Empire, and oh my gosh, I have been missing that. Haven't we all kind of been missing that for like the last 2 years? No, none of the new content has ever, except for PvP, that being the exception, has pitted the Empire against the Republic. It's always been either the Dread Masters or some, slug in the Hut cartel. So, yeah, it's about time we got back to that.
And the update, go ahead, Laura.
I was going to say, I really, really am hoping with this that as an Empire player, I get to kill Satil Shan.
What do you guys think? So the update promises
I'm
the
on board.
start of a new storyline leading up to a galaxy-shaking finale. So, I don't know. What do you guys think this is? I mean, do you think this is like the start of?
I think
like,
it means
some
that
real
Darth Malgus is coming back. He's not
Mm.
dead. There was not a body in False Emp when you killed him. That's what it is. Darth Malgus is coming back. I'm predicting it right now.
See,
just blew Larry's mind.
I was going my interpretation. My interpretation was that the Emperor is coming back. That was my interpretation. Now it could be Darth Malgus. That
Darth
makes sense, but then
Malgus
that's
is
not
the
going to
Emperor.
see. Darth Malgus is a third party. I mean, honestly, that's what the Battle of Ilum was about, and that's why we have it. I mean, that really was the start of, okay, we're no longer Empire versus Republic anymore. I mean, because the last time we really saw the Empire versus the Republic was on Corellia. We haven't. Ilum was not Empire versus Republic. It was Empire versus Darth Malgus, or Republic versus Darth Malgus. It wasn't versus the Empire. Now it's versus the Empire again. So, yeah. And I would say I would be leaning more towards the Emperor coming back. Plus, it just clicked with me when somebody mentioned last week. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, that the voice of the Emperor was Pinhead from Hellraiser. So we definitely want him back.
And do you guys think it could be like a focus on more? You think it's going to like kind of have a more focus back on like the war with invasions and covert ops and things like that? I think people are getting kind of sick of giant droids and aliens.
Well, I think it would be nice to have a
Civil
focus.
War.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be nice to have a focus for Imperials and Republics to go after each other rather than these pseudo, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of team up that we've got going on.
Do you guys think they're going to do anything? I mean, with Galactic Starfighter in the mix, they've got some like cool tools to kind of do some stuff. So do you see some crossover there with some cool events, like a new Starfighter map above a planet while there's an invasion going on down below, kind of like that kind of thing, kind of reminiscent of the movies.
Yeah, I absolutely see something like that happening. I mean, that's kind. Yeah. It's that's exactly what I see happening. There's always going to be. They've got this now. They've kind of have the full spectrum now, right? They have everything from space to ground and operations and everything. And I expect to see every area hit with some sort of this direct conflict thing.
Are we all getting some like weird delay? You guys getting some weird delay on the audio? I'm just not sure. I'm just trying to check. I think it's the weather. Everybody's getting like slammed with crazy weather. All the audio is a little out of sync and stuff, and we're all stepping on each other. So I'm not sure. I think it's all coming through like weird, but I guess
Yeah.
the other we could be incredibly wrong. It could be the year of the Vong. Larry, do you believe? Do you believe, Larry? No.
No. No. I'm not going with that. No. Gosh, that would so totally kill lore. Yeah.
Not Josh Allen from Blizzard. Just the lore. Just going to clarify that. 2.7 also
It
is,
might kill him
bringing,
too. You never know.
It might just make him rip his hair out. So 2.7 also brings nightmare mode of Dread Fortress and a new tier of gear. Will you guys be ready for that by April?
Well, one can always hope. At the rate we're going, probably not, but who knows?
No? You guys gotta get to playing. You're not gonna be ready?
No, probably not.
Where are you at? Why? What's going on?
We're still working our way through the Dread Fortress. Corruptor Zero is providing challenges for us.
You guys might want to change your name to Months Behind.
I know, right?
Oh, we're already that.
That was Josh Allen's guild. And finally, I know Laura's gonna jump up and squeal. A new Hutball map.
Yay, Headball!
This one's on Kesh. Everybody happy with this, I'm sure.
A new map will be amazing. I am super excited for that.
And finally, for 2.7, you're getting a new Galactic Starfighter map. How many maps are there currently right now?
Are there 3?
3?
4.
4?
4.
So this will be 5?
4.
How's the rotation feeling right now? Do you feel like there definitely needs to be a 5th one? Do we need an extra one pretty quickly?
Another style of map would be really cool because right now we have 2 of them. So if they had another gameplay,
what kind of map would you like to
that would
see?
be cool. I'd be on board with that. But
what do you think you'd like to see?
Well, that's the other thing. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a King of the Hill kind of map. Maybe that would be interesting.
Does it really have to be a different game
That's all I
mode,
can
or can
think
it
of
just
off
be a
the top of my
different
head.
map?
Well, you've already got two maps for each of the game modes that we have, and I think that if you because of the style, the map doesn't play a whole lot into it. It does. I mean, I don't want to discount the map altogether, but I don't think adding another map is going to make it seem fresh. But a new game style would make it seem fresh.
What do you think, Laura? I mean, you weren't a big, huge Galactic Starfighter player, but Laura, what do you think? Do you think players need a new game mode or just a new map that will suffice?
I'm going to say yes to both, just because I think more variety is always better, and that seems to be the biggest complaint, is that there's just not enough to do. So I'm, for whatever they want to come up with, add more into it. I think that that's always the best choice.
All right, so coming up in Update 2.8, that's targeted for June 10th, so you guys better get to playing. That's going to bring with it Nightmare mode of Dread Palace. You guys going to be ready for that, right? Yeah, till June.
Hell yeah, that's on my birthday.
They'll be ready.
We're gonna get in
that is your
there.
birthday on June 10th? June 10th is your birthday?
June 10th, that's my
All
birthday,
right,
yep.
everybody mark that down.
So
June
birthday present, we're going to have to get in there and kill stuff. And if we can't, then somebody needs to drag me along.
So they're also
Carry
getting
me.
more ships, new ships, an entirely new ship role for Galactic Starfighter. Were you guys expecting that? I mean, what could it be? Was there any ideas? Was there anything else left from beta that...
I don't know, and I'm totally stealing this
Nothing
idea
left from beta. This would
somebody
be
else.
something completely new.
Any
Okay.
ideas of what it could be?
I think it's going to be kind of like a stealth ship. And I think it's going to look like that flying egg that Jango Fett flew in episodes 1 through 3.
Some cloaking abilities and things like that.
Cloaking abilities.
What do you think? Laura?
Or we're going to get a luxury yacht and be like the Hutts, and you can just kind of fly around and watch. One of the two.
Spectatorship. That's what they'll bring in. Spectatorship. You could just float around and watch the battle commence. I don't know, Larry, what do you think?
I'm going for well. There's a couple of things I was thinking about. one, I think we could do. There could be a stealth ship, although right now we kind of have a little bit of stealth with the what am I thinking of? The gunship, because that has not completely stealth, but it's kind of stealth. But honestly, I really am kind of clueless. Other than that, maybe a stealth ship that has to run in really close.
What about the Millennium
and
Falcon?
hit really fast and then run away. That's all I can think of.
Smugglers get the Millennium Falcon.
Why? Yeah. What about it? It's not there. Players would, I'm sure, love to have it. No.
You can always drop a freighter in
We
there.
already have it. Smugglers. I don't think ever. Yeah, that's right. That would be awesome.
All right, as well as that, the team are also working on PvP seasons. They're working on flashpoints, operations, gear performance, and class changes as well. We can expect to see 2 digital expansions in 2014 as well. One similar, I guess, to Galactic Starfighter in scope, and the other resembling Hut Cartel. I don't know. I guess some people really complain about it. Some people love it. Where do you guys sit? Kind of what you expected? Doesn't sound like you're getting the big box like you were hoping about, Laura.
No, and I'm kind of disappointed. I'm slightly disappointed in that, but I can't say that I don't think it's unexpected that they were going to do that. I knew at some point. I didn't think they were going to do 2 digital expansions this year, but I figured that they would at least do 1. So, slightly disappointed is what I'm going to go with.
How about you, Larry? You happy with the two more sort of digital expansions that we're used to?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see 2 of them because honestly, with Galactic Starfighter officially dropping this late, I was really kind of surprised to see that they're going to do 2 more on top of this. So, yeah, I'm excited to see it. I want to see what new planet or whatever they introduce.
Something else I think players would be really happy with. They're moving to a 3-week cycle between minor patches and a 9-week cycle between major patches. So I think for the sake of testing, that's really good news. I mean, we've complained about it enough. It sounds like this could be a really good schedule if they keep this. Think this is going to keep a lot of people happy?
If content comes out and it's not full of bugs, yes, I think it'll be a very good thing.
What's
If
going on
it
with
takes longer and it still comes out and it's full of bugs, then I think people are going to be in an uproar.
You think they're ever going to fix? They're ever going to fix the test realm issue with nobody getting on it and testing anything?
Well, you know what? I'm not really sure what they can do to encourage people to get on there. They announced the other day that they're going to be doing a test center wipe after every build goes to live, because they want people to have fresh characters transferred over to be able to test things. So maybe that's more of an incentive, that it's always going to be available for you to transfer a character and, go and do it. And, lots of announcements. Hey, there's a new build. We want people in.
Larry, you jumping in test center at all lately?
I don't on a regular basis. But whenever there's a new thing coming out, I always check it out to see what's going on. But I'm not a regular tester, and that's the kind of thing. And I think there's just a lack of incentive for people they used to have titles, right? They used to have titles for people that would accomplish certain things on Test Center. So why not bring some of that kind of stuff back? Maybe
it seems weird to me that they even have to
jump
incentivize people, though. I don't know why they have to incentivize. Like, people usually just want to try out the new content. If the transition over to the public test realm to actually get on there is super easy and not like a pain in the ass, usually players just want to get in there, just see like what's coming and just be a part of that. But they just obviously make it a little bit too tough to get in there. Well, we'll see. All right, I'm going to talk about the latest Cantina tour, but first I want to tell you guys about a great deal we got going on with Audible. If you guys have not checked out Audible, it is audiobooks on your iOS, Android, Kindle, you name it. You got a device, they've got an app. I want you to try it out absolutely free for 30 days and get a free audiobook, one free audiobook. Laura, you're getting excited for the old Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? They're all on the Audible. All of them, yes. Let's take a little listen here. Go check out the sample.
Books on Tape presents
Let's start
A Game of Thrones, Book 1 of A Song of Ice and Fire, by George R.R. Martin, read by Roy Dotrice.
50 minutes.
Prologue.
They're all on here. Book
We
1,
should
book
start
2.
back, Garrett urged, as the woods began to grow dark around them. The wildlings are dead. Do the dead frighten you? Sir Waymar Royce asked, with just the hint of a smile. Garrett did not rise to the bait. He was an old man, past 50, and he had seen the lordlings come and go. Dead is dead, he said. We have no business with the dead. Are they dead? Royce asked softly. What proof have we? We'll show them, Garrett said. And if he says they're dead, that's proof enough for me.
Check it out. You got, what's the date? April, what is it? When is it coming back? April 4th? April 6th? 4th.
April.
Today's the 4th. April 4th, come back, new season. Everybody got to catch up. Get on the old Audible. Start listening to all the books. You got a little bit of time left.
I think it's the 6th.
6th? I can't remember. 4th or the 6th? New season. Season 4.
Well, the 4th is a Friday. The 6th is the Sunday. So I think it's
so that would be the
6th.
6th. Check it out. Go over to Audible. They've got book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, 5. Opie and Anthony as well. Love the O&A. Bunch of them are up here. I want to hook you guys up with a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook so you can start listening to start at book 1. Almost 34 hours. I got to be honest. I didn't read the books. I'm listening to the books. I'm not going to get through the books. I'm not going to get through reading them. I just don't have time. I drive around in my car listening to them. So I'm trying to catch up as well. Check it out. Go on over to audible.com/gamebreaker. Sign up. Make an account. Like I said, you get a free 30-day trial of the service, and you get to pick one free audiobook. There's tons of Star Wars, the Old Republic books on there, Star Wars books, but everybody's getting ready for the Game of Thrones. So check out the Game of Thrones, Song of Fire, Ice and Fire, Book 1. All right, so the last Cantina tour took place in Phoenix, right? And got some pretty interesting news out of it. Keep in mind, all of this is just what the people attending the event have said on the internets. So take it with a grain of salt. But firstly, raising the legacy level cap with corresponding perks was apparently on the roadmap. But we didn't get any kind of timeline. So is this something that people are really asking for? Does the legacy level cap really need to be raised at this point?
I think before you do a legacy level cap, which I think you definitely need to do, but you also need to give rewards for the current legacy levels, because right now all you get are titles, and that's it. So
well, maybe that makes sense why they just said, like, hey, it's on the roadmap. Somebody asked about it. They say it's on the roadmap, but there's no date, so there could be a ton of things before that. So it's good to hear, though, that it's on the roadmap. A legacy vault used to
oh my god, yes.
Happy about that one, right? A place to store all your trade items
really
across your
need a
characters.
legacy vault. Oh, that would make me so happy, and I am so sad.
Is this like the #1 quality of life dream everybody has right now?
Yes.
So much convenience.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games already have that. I'm really interested. I'm really wondering why Tor doesn't. Why are some of these really the convenience items that other games have, and they're like built into launch? Why are some of these missing from Tor? That's the things that really just make me question the core of the game. I mean, is there some issues that just exist with Tor that we're not aware of?
I would say that there's always the case of that. There's always every game.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
But,
you know what I mean. I mean, like, is there some issues that are inherent in Tor that don't exist with the games of the peer games? I mean, like Guild Wars 2 and these other games that have these things already built into it, and I would consider them contemporaries of Tor. Why does Tor not have it? What is preventing that kind of thing? It always makes me question.
Well, apparently it's a coding issue.
Apparently it's a coding. Hopefully it's coming. Hopefully you get that. I mean, that is probably the #1 quality of life issue everybody wants right now. This next thing, as slightly disappointing as it is, I think a lot of people may understand this. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. But they said when it comes to new classes or to new companion storylines, BioWare said that they were much more focused on planetary storylines that everyone can play. So Hard to argue with that. Makes sense, but it doesn't sound like you're going to get any new companion storylines or new classes anytime soon.
I think that that's more than disappointing. I'm really kind of upset that they would say that, just because the way the game was marketed, the storyline was so important, and that was something that was so unique, was each class had its own story, and you had all of these companions, and they had their own unique story, which was very, very neat, and it was fun, and people enjoyed playing that. And the problem, I think, with just doing one planet story is, I'm going to use myself for example. I've got like 16 alts, and when McKeb came out, yeah, great, everybody just goes to the same thing, and you know, they may have slightly different dialogue. I did McKeb exactly once, and then after that I didn't want to do it again on any other character. So none of the other characters that I have leveled up to 55 have ever gone through McKeb, other than the few basics, so that I can use the taxi stations. And I just think
it is
that's
disappointing.
It's super lazy. It's super lazy. You're really going to tell me that you can't?
I think that I think you have to look. I think how you have to look at it almost, and I'm not saying it's right. I agree with you. The way the game was marketed and what everybody was sold in the beginning is a completely different beast than it is now. I almost think you have to. It's almost like a startup company that pivoted completely. It's like shit hit the fan, everything went crazy, and they were just like, we need to make money somehow to keep this thing going. How does that happen? Well, we change everything. We change the plan drastically. I think they've just got a completely different plan now than they used to, and they're apparently doing pretty well.
I just don't think they have the resources, and I also don't think that EA will ever give them the resources to do more personal storylines. Even
here's a question. I'll suppose you guys. So do you think? I mean, do you think that it was always the plan to abandon the class storylines?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so at all.
Yeah, they were all very open ended when it was done. All the well, at least all the ones that I played. I admit there's a couple that I haven't played, but they all seemed, although there was a conclusion to it, it ended very open. It was very open to doing more, and I don't think that they had planned on merging them, if you will, at all. It kind of seemed to me that they were going to keep the writers on board and have them write more for each expansion that would come out. Like I was honestly, I think that McKeb was intended to be, that is the planetary storyline. Then you have your class storylines on top of that also taking place on McKeb. That's my thoughts.
Well, maybe we can hope for a good 2014, and maybe we'll see something in 2015. Who knows? This next topic, though, I think is really interesting. I don't know I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of this. So, when asked at the Cantina what the most played content was, they said that they were not allowed to reveal metrics. I found that odd. I find this like an odd, slightly. Maybe they just didn't know. Maybe are there no metrics? I mean, so many questions.
No, there's metric. There has to be metrics.
I know, but why? It seems like an odd thing that you wouldn't be allowed to reveal metrics. You wouldn't be allowed to say something as simple. Talk about something as simple.
They don't want to agree with the player base that everybody wants more class stories. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's where it's going. So the content that's played the most is the one thing that they're not going to deliver on, and that's why they don't want to talk about it. That's what you're thinking, huh?
They don't want to say, yes, this is exactly what everybody's playing for.
That's interesting. That would be a very, very good, valid reason not to want to talk about that. Hey, the coolest thing we have in the entire game that everybody loves. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. You think that's the case?
Why else would you give an answer like that?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think it's slightly weird.
I mean, it's possible that they. Oh gosh, I don't know. This is kind of a stretch because I'm kind of leaning towards what Laura was saying, yeah, but maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible that they believed that if they were to reveal some of the metrics, that it wouldn't represent the community as a whole. Like answering a question like, "What is the most played thing?" doesn't necessarily mean that the community as a whole believes that is the most played thing, and so that's the only thing I can think of, is maybe that's the reason, but I'm leaning towards Laura's.
Why? Whoa, what's your reason?
Well, no, it doesn't. If they were to answer if they were to answer a question like that regarding metrics, that because metrics is always can be misinterpreted, and a lot of times are misinterpreted, and so therefore, if they were to reveal a metric number like that, it's possible that it wouldn't represent the community as a whole, and so therefore it'd be almost like giving false information. Although it wouldn't.
I don't even follow you. Like I don't follow you. Like if they just said if they said on an average month, the most hours spent are in Hutball, that would be
all right. What does that mean though? Does that mean that everybody? I mean, what does that number mean to you? What if they were to tell you?
If they said players spent the most time out of all the player base, the most hours or minutes doing this content right here, that would be at least something.
Well, what would it mean though? I mean, to you, as
I don't
somebody
really care.
Hearing that information, I think that is up for misinterpretation. Is what I'm saying. Is that kind of information is up for misinterpretation, and it could mean, oh well, I guess that means that Tor's just going to concentrate on Hutball now, or you know,
I think people are just going to read into it. I'm going with Laura's.
Yeah.
I'm going with Laura. Yeah. I think she's probably right. Finally, and this is just incredibly anecdotal, and this is entirely based on just some nods, some smiles, more nods.
Some wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Some wink, wink. But player housing might be in the cards this year. Do you believe?
Yes, actually,
Yes.
I think that the player housing is what's going to take the place of. They said that we're going to have another Starfighter type expansion. I think that's what's going to go in the Starfighter type expansion. Is player housing.
Very interesting. Any other signs point to this definitely becoming a possibility this year?
This definitely becoming a possibility.
Well, it's already been data mined that they had code in there for player housing, so. Definitely a possibility. Yep. That's what I'm going with.
It's in there.
They believe. They believe.
This one guy on Reddit has never been wrong that I'm aware of, and he's like dug into the code and found certain things. Never been wrong. And he said housing.
Except about my Rudolph Tauntaun.
Oh, they took that out last minute.
So he wasn't.
I don't count that as wrong.
They just removed it. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Eric Musco confirmed that the class reps are returning. We don't have an exact date on when they're going to. We're going to get more Q&A action, but Eric started to reach out to the old class reps. I guess now we wait and see how many are left. Do we have any idea yet how many might be left and still around?
Actually, that's a very interesting number. I can't wait to see what that number actually turns out to be. Out of the 16
Why do my class rep is still here?
Those are metrics we cannot discuss. They can be misinterpreted by Larry Everett.
They can be misinterpreted.
So we'll see.
Well, I will say that this time he said that if they can't get in touch with the original person, that they're going to go to the person that was next on the list rather than just choosing some random dude that posts a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're going to do any kind of like a poll or anything like that either, right? To choose new class reps. They're not going to do anything like that if they're missing. So they're just going to go down the list. Yeah. The long list.
I like I like the idea that there's some sort of input from the community instead of just kind of picking somebody.
We've just always shaken our heads at this thing, though. Like week after week when they were doing it, every week we would just be like, wow, really? And it seems like such a simple thing to do. I don't know why it's so weird.
Who can forget Sorkgate? Line of sight peeled full.
Last up this week, so BioWare they're giving away this lucky 77 swoop speeder.
Look at that. There's money flying out of it.
There's money.
You know the only thing that would be better than that, Gary?
That's EA. EA riding away.
That's right. That's exactly what that is.
It literally has coins falling out of it. Money.
Yep.
Well, it's for St. Patrick's Day.
It's pretty awesome.
You know
Also,
what would be even better?
What would be even better?
If they gave us a tauntaun that pooped a rainbow with a pot of gold at the end of it. I think that would be fantastic.
I agree with you 1,000% that would be better than this.
I would get that tauntaun.
They'd sell a gajillion of those. But all subscribers will be getting this speeder come March 18th, which literally has...
Oh, I wonder if it makes noise, like the coins hitting the ground.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. EA just bought another Ferrari. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
It needs to have the EA logo on it.
Can they just get gambling mini games in the game at this point? I'm looking at money. Seriously? Can we get some gambling mini games?
We already have one. It's called the Cartel Market.
Oh, zazing.
Oh, snap.
Larry Everett. Follow him on Twitter at Shadow, SHADDOE. Go over to massively.com and check out the Hyperspace Beacon. What are you writing about this week?
Wow, this week.
He's like,
what
wow,
did I
this
write
is a
about
week.
this week? Roadmap. I wrote about it's been ESO like for the last 2 weeks. So anyway, I did write about the roadmap.
Time and space do not occur in Larry Everett's world. ESO is the only thing that matters to him now. Laura Williams, follow her on Twitter at Voidmings, VOIDMYNX, and of course right here on the Republic each and every week. That was awesome, Larry. It's a week of something, sure, okay. Follow me at Gary again and follow Gabriel TV, Gabriel TV. Come over to Facebook.com/GabrielTV. Check out This Week in Steam, our brand new show, and of course Game Breaker. I'm not Laura Williams. Just get rid of that.
No, you're not.
Sometimes, yeah. Definitely not. Have a great week. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for some more Republic.